Hi everybody, welcome to today's episode. We've got two games today. We've got a title decider in the last game of the season, and we've also got our second Conference League game with 3 points clear in the table. Basically, we just need to avoid defeat. It's probably going to be a tricky game against Vikinga Reykjavik. They're in really good form, but we did just play really well in our last victory against Starnen. And the Conference League game is against Kalamata from Greece after we've just lost our first game in the Conference League to Newcastle. So, let's see what's going on. Yeah, hi everyone, welcome to today's episode, and I will just quickly touch on that Newcastle game. As you can see, we were comfortably outclassed. The annoying thing for me was that this 3-0, this third goal and this 3-0 loss basically came, as you can see, right at the end, when a pass across the box, Janison just did not have the energy to get to the ball. He just didn't intercept it, completely missed his interception, which allowed Oyathabal a free hit goal from about 8 yards. And for me, it was really annoying because 2-0 I thought would have been a little bit more, obviously more respectable. 3-0, you know, if we go off XG, was maybe slightly more than deserved. But yeah, just annoying that we could have kept it to 2-0 and it would have looked a little bit nicer. But I mean, otherwise, since apart from that, we've been in pretty good form. We had a vital victory at the start of the playoffs against Fram, winning 3-2, which, you know, did give us a little bit of breathing space, which was swiftly cut when we drew to lost to Hafnarfjordur and drew with Breda. But we are, like I said, 3 points clear of Fram going into the last game against Vikinga, who are in pretty good form, it has to be said, from what I've seen. Yeah, they just beat Breda 4-2. They had lost those two games, but yeah, they did just beat Breda 4-2. So they come into this with probably a little bit of momentum. So it's going to be a tough game for us, really, I think, against Vikinga. But hopefully we can see it through. Like I said, we only really need a draw in order to get the title, and that'll be our third title in a row before we then play Kalamata in or Kalamata, or I don't know how you pronounce it. Before we play them at home in the Conference League, hoping for a victory. And to be honest, our prep for these last few games has kind of been derailed slightly with some of our players, Sigurdsson, Hjorlofsson, even Valsen, all going off on international duty. Even Johannesson, who we've just got back from, you know, a really serious injury that he picked up literally in like the little pre-season cup that we have. You know, these have all gone off on international duty, which is really leaving us sort of stuck. As you can see at defence, we've got no choice but to keep on playing Kristoffersson, Kamisho and Ragnarsson, even though we'd really ideally rest them. Bragason can theoretically play at centre half, but it might be that we have to do that because Civekovic is slightly fitter than Kamisho, and it might be that we actually, well, no, might have to put Stephenson in just so he can come on at left back. But I don't know who I'd put him in for, really. Einarsson's a little bit fitter than him. See, this is the issue we've got at the moment with all these players going off on international duties. We're a bit stuck. I don't really think I've got anyone young who's able to come through the youth intake. Absolutely, just awful. To be fair, I might actually play Basharen over Ravine on the right hand side. Magnusson is just coming back from injury, so he's not someone really I want to risk today and risk him exacerbating that before we start going into the Conference League. We've got a couple of weeks before the Conference League, but still, don't want to take any unnecessary chances. I think I'm just going to leave it at that for now and hope that we've got enough about us to get through. So yeah, Valdemarsson is still getting the nod over Suarez. He scored last time out to put us ahead against Starnen. Gomes has been absolutely brilliant. He basically ran the game against Starnen last time out. That's why he's playing. And Christiansen has been really good as well. So really the two main roles that I would look to play for Sharon, inside forward on the left and number 10. He's kind of really been, you know, basically the two players who are playing in those positions are kind of undroppable really at the moment. Christensen's come in since Isaksen's got injured and he's been phenomenal. He's been really good. He's got an absolutely fantastic goal last time out as well. So yeah, both kind of undroppable really. So it's nothing against Fischer, and he's doing okay. I think he's got something like 7 goals and 7 assists maybe or something, so he's doing really well, but just the players who are playing ahead of him are having brilliant seasons as well. But we're basically going to give the players like a week off after this just so everyone can rest. And then we'll get ready obviously for the game against Kalamata, or however you pronounce it. Christensen. Ooh, what a save from the keeper. I thought he would have tipped it wide, but he actually tipped it back into play. Interesting. However, we need to keep an eye on the Fram game. They're currently drawing with Breda. Like I said, that should do us, really. So it looks like Schnarren are going to be getting some sort of European football. Obviously, they've got some of our players on loan. We'll look to be trying to extend those loans to keep them there so they can be playing, helping them in the Conference League. Players like Barbette and Roberto have been playing quite a lot. Harrison, he does have an option. They do have an option to buy him, which I'm hoping they might excise, but I'm not going to be too concerned if they don't. I'll certainly be looking to try and extend his loan if I can. But yeah, it's so far, that loan farm is sort of really helping Starning, because they were a good team when we came up, and then they went down, and Camacho scores off the Verscheren assist, 7th goal of the season for Camacho. He's been brilliant. I've been really, really happy with him. Really, really good signing he's been for us. He definitely massively increases our overall performance at the back. And then when we can get him and Hjorlofsson in the team, obviously Sveinborg and Johannesson as well. He's barely kicked the ball at all season really, since I can't remember if it was like a leg break or a ligament, cruciate ligament. I think it was a leg break, but he's essentially missed the whole league campaign, which is really, really frustrating for him, because he's a young player who we've got a lot of hope for, someone who I would expect to have a decent future for the club. But yeah, sadly his development's kind of stalled this season. A lovely pass from Gomes for Sharon's in. And he scores. Like I said, Gomes absolutely ran the show last time with a fantastic assist for our first goal. He's laid on another one here today. We are cruising to the title currently. Lovely slip pass through. Verscheren composes himself. Plays the shot, I think, through the player's legs and the keeper's legs at the same time. Gunnarsson is at Hafnarfjordur, one of our defensive midfielders who, to be fair, we kind of could have done with him a little bit this season since we loaned him out. So we loaned him out in the second half of the season. That's going to be a penalty. We loaned him out. He stayed with us the first half of the season, then he went out on loan second half. Just Hafnarfjordur came in and bid for him, and I knew he'd get more game time there, guaranteed game time, pretty much starting every game, whereas for us he was kind of just like a squad player, and they are apparently interested in buying him, so I would be prepared to let him go there permanently if they wanted to. I'd certainly be open to extending his loan anyway, because he's a good player, probably better than what they have in that role currently. Prama 1-0 up, but our goal difference is so good that even if we actually ended up losing this game, we would still win. We're got a goal difference of +6, +7 or something like that over them. Solid. So yeah, that's kind of where we are at in some regards with the squad currently, I think. As I said last time, I think deep line playmaker is definitely an area I would look to improve that in that sort of 6 role that we have. It's just going to be a case of trying to find the right player. Obviously, we haven't got a clue what we're going to have budget wise. So yeah, trying to improve there, I think, is probably the main aim for the transfer window, really. I think striker, we're pretty much sorted. Number 10s, we're currently in quite a strong place. Same with out on the left. Right wing, maybe. Magnusson puts up really good numbers considering attributes wise. He's not actually that great for the role. He's got very, very average crossing, dribbling, finishing, but he still seems to put in decent numbers, really. So he's someone who, if we ended up not improving on him, I wouldn't be too concerned just yet. It's definitely an area we will have to improve down the line, but I'm not going to lose sleep over the fact that he should have scored. He is going to be probably our main sort of right winger for at least another season while we prioritise other areas. Just because he does put the numbers up, he's not an urgent one that I feel like we need to really stress too much about replacing. As if Vikinga scored with their only shot on target, which was the penalty as well. Wow. Or it might be that because we have some good quality centre halves, we do eventually switch to a three at the back with Camacho, Hjorlofsson and Johannesson, with the Ragnarsson and Carson or Stephenson as wing backs, and then we can play a 2-striker system with Valdemarson and Suarez still. And then we're sorted at number 10, which just obviously then underuses the likes of Christensen and Isaacson and stuff like that. Because we do have two good strikers in Valdemarson and Suarez. Like I said, Suarez has maybe underperformed a little bit this season compared to previously. That's not the change I meant to do. And we've got Tomasian as well, who's really decent. Who else do we want to take off? I think I want to take off Christensen and put Ravine on, and then we're going to do this next. Yeah, leave it at that. Nice. Ejder Kristoffersson has, even though he is definitely our worst centre half on paper, I would say, currently, was an interesting choice of goalkeeping. Yeah, he's been a perfectly capable understudy this season. He's been really, really good when he's come in and played. Anyone I can bring on for you? To do that. Can Janssen play there? No. Kristoffersson can. Can Kowalczyk play there? Can Janssen play there? Neither of them can really play there. Oh well, let's just do it and see. I'll believe that as it is. He's saying he wanted to come off, and to be fair, I don't want him to injure himself because he is a very good left back for us, and this is probably going to be a goal. I don't know. I think if he had got it on target, if he hadn't hit the wall, it would have gone in. Because the keeper had left so much space. As it is, we're still... Is he solid? Okay, that's fine. Do that as well. But yeah, I feel like with regards to the loan farm, I feel like we definitely could do with being a bit more financially secure before we really start setting it up. I don't feel like we're in a position to completely loan out all of our secondary stars, I guess, for want of a better word. Like, you know, as we sort of upgrade certain positions. You know, let's say for argument's sake, we got a really, really good striker in to sort of, you know, back up Valdemarson or Suarez or whatever. I don't think I'd be in a position where I'd feel comfortable loaning out a Suarez or a Valdemarson when they are so valuable. I'd probably end up selling one of them just because I feel like we need the money more than we need the loan farm to sort of thrive, if you know what I mean. I just don't think financially we're in a position yet where we can really afford to pay big wages for clubs just to supplement their squad. And that is our third title in a row. It's going to be Captain Bragason. Youth Academy product, literally comes straight through from our dev centre. Like, he wasn't here at the club, he like when we came here, he came through one of our youth intakes. And yeah, third league title in a row, and it's second season in a row where we've won 3 domestic trophies as well. Oh my god, everyone. The board like to hold a meeting in order to discuss potentially turning professional. We literally asked them about this last season after we won our second title and they said no. And now they've actually brought it to us without us having to ask. Let's go for it. Gotta be done. I love the idea. Nice one. We'll get on with it. Yes. Absolutely fantastic. Let's see what that's going to mean. And before we actually find out what that means, I've just gone into the next message. Bear in mind, this is literally just straight after we've won the title. 32k per week and 1.5 mil in the transfer budget. We've finally broken 1 million in the transfer budget. And then in terms of title winners rankings, as you can see, we've still got quite a way to go to catch up to Nats Puny Daywood KR. Yeah, we still got quite a way to go. Interestingly enough, though, like Akranis and Vala are all like in the division below. Well, they are currently. I don't know if they're going to come up, but yeah, all in the division below us. As I said, that's our third league win in a row. And then we have Barbet playing there, and you see these players, like, he didn't have a great game. And to be fair, they might not activate that purchase option just because he's not been that good for them. But I will certainly be proposing a loan extension for him. Same with Gunnarsson. I think he's a good player for them, and they're going to be playing in Europe next season, so they're going to need that depth. Hope to initially announce the professionalism by November 2029, so we'll see what that's going to mean for the club. So everyone, it's been a couple of weeks since I last saw you. A little bit of drama. Suarez is unhappy, Ravine is unhappy, Valson is also unhappy, as is Tamashin. They all want to leave because they said I've not been playing them enough. Bear in mind, Ravine was playing quite a lot towards the end of the season. Who else was playing quite a lot towards the end of the season? Valson, basically, he wasn't playing because he was away on international duty. I couldn't play him. So I've just got to sort the squad out because we just had a load of friendlies, basically. And who else? Yeah, Tamashin, I probably dropped the ball a little bit on that one. But I had been playing him, but he was just basically he was basically I was trying to bring him in, like just slowly ease him into the team, because he can play striker, he can also play shadow striker, and I like having that option of playing him as a shadow striker. Isaacson is not fully fit yet, so he's just going to wait out for this game. I think I've got everybody in the backup 11 that I want. I don't think there's anyone here I'm not bothered about. I just need to pick the actual team. Johannesson is now sort of back-ish. What's his sharpness? Is actually pretty good. I feel like it's a bit of a stretch just to throw him straight in though. Where's Hjorlofsson? I think we play Hjorlofsson over Johannesson personally, just because I think it's just a bit of a stretch just to throw him in. So Schwarz, basically, he's still got 18 goals in all comps this season. Last season he got 33. This year was definitely his worst league return. That's why he wasn't playing as much. Valdemarson wanted game time. Obviously, we want to try and keep him happy, as well. He's a good player for us. We don't want to lose him. He's also Icelandic, and while Suarez does not count as homegrown, we don't have that foreign player issue that we worry about with Valdemarson. So, that is definitely a plus for Valdemarson. And as you can see, he's got 10 goals in 16 starts, 33 appearances, whereas Suarez, 18 goals in 41 appearances. So, it's kind of here and there really as to who's sort of the better player, but Valdemarson definitely finished the season stronger and probably has a better ceiling. So Suarez, we did have a bid for him from Botafogo, like not the Botafogo, like a different one, but it was like 60k, and he's definitely worth more than that. Part of me is tempted to try and ride it out with some of these. I'm not going to stress too much over Ravine. If someone comes in for him and wants him, they can have him. He's basically, I just brought him in for free as like a useful player, but if someone comes in and takes him off my hands, I'm not going to be too disappointed, because I feel like we have probably got enough options out there anyway. This isn't the team I am going to run with in the midfield, so I'm kind of just aware that I've just been waffling on. I think I'm going to go with this. Maybe no, we will go with Jan. No, I'll leave Einarsson in. He's got that relationship with Javakovic. Javakovic is also probably going to leave. Also, I will show you a player. I will show you a player. Sorry, just checking something. Who we have agreed to sign. Who I think is going to basically slot into that deep line playmaker role perfectly for us. Our scouts found him. He looks incredible. So yeah, we're going to potentially go with him. But Valson's played 22 games this season. Verbovec just played 12. And like I said, most of the games recently that Verbovec is playing is because Valson's been out. Actually, you know what? Valson's not happy. I'm not going to risk the morale. Verbovec is coming in. He's been okay. Valson's actually form is so much better. Sorry, Verbovec. And I'll show you him afterwards, but I think it's going to slot in really nicely. So we've got Valdemarson, Magnusson, Gomes, Christensen, Einarsson, Javakovic, Pedersen, Kjolofsson, Kamisho, Ragnarsson, and Valson. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. But yeah, we're potentially going to lose a few players who we weren't particularly intending on letting go so far at this stage of the save. And we may end up losing them permanently, rather than who's not in this team who I can. Oh, it's Sigurdsson because he's suspended. Okay, that's fine. yeah, may end up losing them. We should be able to get a decent bit of money for some of them, but yeah, kind of not where we intended to be at this stage. Some of them, like I said, are really good looking loan farm players as well, like matching. Potentially would have been someone who'd been really good to go out on loan, really would have helped. But anyway, on to today's game. We're playing Calamita, who we're basically going to call the Jake Cooper Discord Derby, because basically the link for that server is down below. And there's about 3 or 4 of us doing Building a Nations, and one of the lads is doing a Build a Nation with Calamita, and he's absolutely smashed it. He's won a Europa League already inside about like 6 seasons, playing the Champions League, won the Super Cup and everything, doing really well. But yeah, they've got Crystal Solace, who was like won the kid on what, like 2021, ended up going to Norwich and flopping. But yeah, we are favourites for this game after we got smashed by Newcastle 3-0. So if we can win this, we will be climbing up a few places. Obviously, there's only 6 games in the Conference League compared to the Europa League. So, and I reckon we've got about 2 or 3 winnable games, including this one. So, and on average, I find, you know, if you can get sort of basically the points per game, like 1 point per game plus 1 is kind of enough to at least get playoffs. So, if we can try and get at least 7 points, we've got a good chance of going through, which would be incredible for the coefficient and for us. Still, just waiting on the professional thing to go through, and we're still in October, but we did ask for the board to improve our youth facilities and our training facilities. They denied both, but we managed to convince them to do the youth facilities, thankfully. So they're getting improved as well. But I'm waiting to see what really happens with this professional now. And hopefully that'll be a bit of a catalyst for the rest of the league to up their game a bit as well, if possible. Hopefully once we go professional, other boards might sort of start looking at, you know, whether they should as well. You know, to really try and maximise their achievements. And Calamita is starting to just creep into this game a little bit, and creating a few chances. And Valson's already been tested, made a really good save, and a chance for a counter from the corner now. Basically, Calamita's first game was against Malmö, and they got smashed like 6-1. So, you know, I'd like to think there's something here for us to do if we can just start playing just a little bit better than we are currently. Maybe take off work ball into box. No. That's the other team you've got to play, Sparta Rotterdam, isn't it? You forgetting who the other team is. I know it's Cole, Goshen, Szczecin, I think it is. Sparta Rotterdam. Sheriff, obviously you've already beaten twice. That's it. Pogon Szczecin, we've already beaten that. We've already beaten Sheriff, and Pogon are the other team we've got to play. Sheriff are losing to Famal Chiao. But yeah, we beat Sheriff, what, like 3-0 over 2 legs. So I'm hopeful that we can do the same again. And it's going to be 0-0 at half time. Valdemarsen is having a stinker. And Gomez also isn't doing great, but we've got the Sharon and Swaj we can bring on. Basically, I played Valdemarsen because Schwarz was unhappy, so whereas Valdemarsen seems quite happy at the moment with his game time. So just thought purely from a morale point of view, made sense to play someone who was kind of enjoying their football. Chivakovic will come off. We'll probably make a couple of subs soon if things don't improve. Chivakovic will come off, as will Valdemarsen, and we'll probably bring on Janison and Swaj. And I was literally thinking the last thing I want is to go behind now at this corner, and it's happened. Not good enough, really. We really should be doing better here. Really should be doing better here. Right, I'm going to make those changes now. Because this is not... No, I'm not swapping Valson. What are you doing? The unhappy Schwarz. Come on, let's get a goal back nice and early. Plenty of time to turn the game round. Pieces letting us down a bit there. Gomez. Gonna lay it back now to Giannis, and surely, who has a stupid, pointless shot. Not what I wanted from that. And we are, on paper, the better team as well. Comfortably the better team. Let's crack things up a bit, I think, really. Gomez has just started to up his game as well, because I was going to take him off for Visharin. No, I think I am going to do that. I'm going to bring Visharin on. Come on, lads. This is a great chance to get some coefficient points on the board. Get a bit of money in. This is a game like I did earmark as us sort of winning this, really. Well then, Billy. Thanks for sharing out anyways. Value's okay. Oh, that's pretty terrible. Thankfully you won it straight back. Magnussen, come on. Magnussen. Still got time to get something out of this. The sharing. Lovely run. Can you get it across? Goes back. And that's a terrible pass from Carson. Thankfully he gets it back. Can you stop shooting, man? You can't shoot. Shoot less often. Honestly, you just had 2 stupid shots from outside the box for no reason. It's a poor ball. He was onside. And it's a brilliant goal. Don't you dare try and tell me he was onside. I saw him step back, like, so I assumed he pushed forwards. It's been disallowed. Thing is, though, he gained no advantage there from stepping forward because he steps back and gets the ball in an onside position. So him pushing up literally gained no advantage from that. Ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Ferguson can come on, push him up a little bit. Edison will push him up a little bit. A block. And I'm going to bring on Ravine. Just because. Can't believe this. Literally scrapping to get something out of this game now. He's offside. Jordan was well offside. Right, don't rush it now. Lovely. Finish that. That's Darren England as well. Good process, boys. Good process. That's a foul. Falson challenging with the keeper for the ball. Can't believe this. Human. Go on. Go on, Yari. Corner. Last chance. Last chance. Is Falson going to come up again? Christensen. Why aren't you shooting? Why are you doing that? Like, Christensen can pop it in from outside the box. Why would you play it to someone who's clearly offside? Ah, well done, Zach. Your team's won the JC Derby. Livid with that one. Livid. Oh yeah, not an ideal start for our time in the Conference League. Now we've got, what, like 4 games to go. I'll probably do it. It's okay with everyone. Is bring it back for the last game. I think that last game is against Szczecin, who have started really well, to be fair. I'll probably bring it back for that one. So in the meantime, we've got Köln, who are going to be tough. Sheriff and Rotterdam. And then, like I said, I'll probably move back for the Szczecin game. Really need to start getting some points on the board. It might even be, if we're lucky, that like 5 points or something might be enough, but I can't see it, to be honest with you. I really can't see it. Especially when you think 12th, we're already on 3. I really think we're going to need minimum 7 points to go through here. Not ideal at all. Not fun. And yeah, I did say we'd signed a new deep line playmaker, and our scouts found this guy, Oscar Vargas, who is already playing in Iceland with Grindavik. Deep line playmaker, looks brilliant. First touch, passing, and technique and vision all look brilliant, along with some absolutely fantastic looking mentals, decent physicals, like balance and stuff. I'm hoping he's just going to be able to just pull the strings from there. Being able to work on his tackling a little bit would be great, but I think him and Janssen just acting as that ball winning midfielder, a nice young midfield partnership, absolutely brilliant, is just what we want, I think, really, in that area. And that is really going to allow us to move Civekovic on, whether that's permanently or to another club in Iceland. I'd certainly be more than willing to send him out onto a loan farm type situation. He's definitely good enough to do a job in the division, just not for us. Well, everyone, I will love you and leave you. I'm going to get playing some more Conference League games, see if we can start getting some points on the board, both in the league phase and coefficient wise. I think last time, we're already on course to have our best season in the coefficients that we've had for a couple of years. But obviously we've still got a lot of work to do, because I really think we have the chance to get through this Conference League with the fixtures we've been given. I really think we should be able to do something. You could argue that, yeah, we should have got a result against Kalamata there, but wasn't meant to be. This is the thing, if your strikers don't put in a shift, then you're always going to struggle. So yeah, we've got a lot to do still. Club's finances are obviously looking a lot better now. 1.8 mil in the positive is lovely stuff. So hopefully we can carry on with that, and once we go pro, hopefully that's really going to help as well, and really start driving some income up if we can start performing better as a result of that. So I hope you have enjoyed the episode, everyone. If you have, please do drop a like down below. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for watching, and if you're liking it, why not subscribe? And if you're a returner, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. Take care, everyone. We'll see you all very, very soon.